Hey there, fanatics. Welcome back to the channel. Grab your coffee, to your tea, or maybe something a little stronger, because we need to talk about the absolute emotional wreckage heading our way on Days of Our Lives this Monday, April 13th. Let me tell you, if you thought the drama in Salem was simmering lately, it is about to boil over and completely scorch the earth. We've got a massive Monday episode coming up, and I am honestly still picking my jaw up off the floor after seeing the promo for the week of April 13th to the 17th. We are talking broken trust, slammed doors, and a shocking town square embrace that is going to shatter a marriage into a million little pieces. Are you ready for this? Let's dive straight into the madness. First off, let's get a few quick things out of the way. Monday's episode reveals that Javi Hernandez is finally going to clear up all that lingering confusion that's been plaguing Salem. Thank goodness, I swear. The miscommunications on this show lately could rival a Shakespearean comedy of errors. I'm placing my bets that Javi is untangling some of the recent corporate sabotage mess, but honestly, it's about time someone in this town actually communicated clearly. But while Javi is playing the cleanup crew, Chanel Dupree Demera is dealing with something much darker. The spoilers say she gets a terrible, sinking feeling that something is horribly wrong. And let's be real for a second. When does Chanel's intuition ever miss? Never. She gets that gut feeling from her mama. Paulina, honestly, being married into the Demera family means you should basically sleep with one eye open anyway. I can't help but think this connects back to the classic Demera curse. Remember the golden days of Stefano, pulling strings from the shadows. I have a deep theory that Chanel is sensing a trap that echoes the exact kind of psychological warfare EJ or Kristen used to run a decade ago. It's in the Demera DNA to attract danger. And whatever invisible threat is circling Salem right now, our girl, Chanel, is absolutely right to be terrified. Watch your back. John, but here's the kicker. The real meat of Monday's episode and the storyline that has me absolutely screaming at my screen is the total unmitigated implosion of Alex and Stephanie. Oh, Alex, what are you doing? Man, the spoilers reveal that Stephanie gets furiously mad at Alex for simply not understanding what she is going through. Now, look, I know some fans are out there in the forums defending Alex. They say, he's trying to be patient. He's giving her space to heal. Stop right there. I am completely on Stephanie's side here. You cannot just stand there and throw toxic positivity at a woman who just survived a literal kidnapping nightmare. Alex is trying to play the supportive husband, but things are going to go completely south. The spoilers tell us Alex says or does something so incredibly tone-deaf and insensitive that Stephanie completely loses her temper and walks straight out the door. And what does Alex do? He slams the door behind her in absolute frustration. Wow. Just wow. Let's do a deep psychological dive here. Because this isn't just about a single argument over coffee. This is years of Kiriakis entitlement bubbling to the surface. Alex wants to fix it. He wants to put a neat little band-aid on Stephanie's trauma so they can go back to playing happy house. But trauma from a psychopath like Owen Kent doesn't just wash off in the shower. I am getting major flashbacks to how Victor Kiriakis used to treat the women in his life back in the 90s and 2000s, expecting them to just fall in line with his version of reality. Remember how Victor used to try and buy his way out of emotional conversations? Alex is showing his true Kiriakis colors right now. He lacks the emotional intelligence to actually sit in the darkness with his wife. I firmly believe that his inability to handle her brokenness is exactly what's going to be the final nail in the coffin of their marriage. And that brings us to the absolute most shocking moment of the weekly preview. You won't believe what happens next. After storming out on her clueless husband, where does Stephanie end up? The town square, and who does she find solace in? Jeremy Horton. Yes, Jeremy and Stephanie share an incredibly cozy, intimate moment right out there in the open. They are trauma bonding over the sheer, unadulterated nightmare that Owen Kent put them through. The spoilers explicitly show Stephanie wrapping Jeremy in a deep, emotional hug. And guess who has a front row seat to this cozy little reunion? A totally stunned, deer in the headlights, Alex Kiriakis. Can we just pause and appreciate the brilliant, soapy irony of this? This is vintage days of our lives. It's the ultimate legacy family rivalry playing out all over again. The Kiriakis men are ruthless, but they always push their partners away, only for a Horton, the supposed moral compasses of Salem, to be right there with open arms to catch them. It feels like a beautiful homage to the classic Kiriakis versus Horton feuds for a woman's heart. It's giving me major Philip Bell Sean vibes, and I am here for it. My personal theory, this hug is the beginning of the end for Steph and Lex. Trauma bonds are notoriously strong in the soap world. Think back to Sammy and Lucas bonding over their shared chaotic history. Or Marlena and John surviving the island. When you survive a monster like Owen Kent together, you share a secret language that an outsider like Alex will never, ever understand. Jeremy gets it. He lived it. He knows the terror that wakes Stephanie up in a cold sweat at 3 a.m. while Alex just wants her to take a deep breath and get over it. So, the million-dollar question, will Alex blow his top and break up with Stephanie right then and there? Knowing Alex's massive ego, I highly doubt he's going to react rationally. I predict he's going to march over there, confront them, and cause a massive, embarrassing scene in the middle of the town square. By trying to mark his territory, he is only going to push Stephanie even further into Jeremy's arms. In fact,